Hello again, everyone. So today we're going to do a quick decimal review so that you can get ready for your end of unit test, which is coming up soon. All right, so the first thing that we'll be looking at is adding and subtracting decimals. Now, the thing to remember when we're adding and subtracting decimals is that we need to keep the decimal point lined up. And it doesn't matter how many digits are before or how many digits are after the decimal point, we have to make sure they're lined up. So let us take a look at this first example. 28.97 plus 4.2. All right, how will we set this up? 28.97. We notice we have 2 digits after the decimal point. And then we're going to add to it 4.2. But we notice that there's only 1 digit after the decimal point. There's no problem there. My suggestion would be to put in the decimal point first to make sure they're lined up in a straight row. There we go. And then we write 4.2. And we add in the normal way that we would add regular numbers that are not decimals. If you notice right here, there is no digit, but we can just add 0 there as a placeholder and we move on as normal. So we have 7 plus 0 is 7, 9 plus 2 is 11, 1, and we carry the 1. We put our decimal point in. 8 plus 1 is 9, 9 plus 4 is 13, 3, carry the 1, 2 plus 1 is 3. So the answer here is 33.17. Now remember, we say 17, not 33.17. Okay, let's look at another example, which is subtraction. Here we have 34.1, take away 3.29. Now you notice there's only 1 digit after the decimal point here, and there are 2 digits after the decimal point here. There is no problem. That's easy to do. Let's see. Let's set it out. First, we write 34.9. Then we're going to write in our 3.29. First thing you're going to do is put the decimal point so that they line up. And then we're going to write 3.29. And we're going to take away. All right, again, you notice that seems like there's a digit missing. But we can always just put a 0 here as a placeholder and continue subtracting the way we know how. Okay, so 0 take away 9 we cannot, so we borrow 1 from here, that leaves 0. This becomes 10. 10 take away 9 is equal to 1. So we have nothing here now, and we have to take away 2. So let us borrow from here, borrow 1, so that 4 now becomes a 3, and that 0 becomes a 10. 10 take away 2 is equal to 8. Then we are decimal point, we put in our decimal point. 3 take away 3 is 0, and 3, and we have nothing to take away from the 3. So there we have. So the answer is 30.81. Easy enough, I'm sure you can manage. All right, so what I want you to do now is try these two for yourself. 146.3 plus 64.25 and 164.74 minus 25.6. What I want you to do is pause the video and then try it on your own and come back and see if you got it correct. All right, now that you have done it, here's the answer. Check that you have gotten the right answer, and I'm sure you have. All right? If you got it wrong, look at the working and see where you made your mistake, and you can make your corrections. Okay, so what we're going to look at now is multiplying decimals. Multiplying decimals is not the same as adding and subtracting decimals where we line up the decimal point. We have to do something different for multiplying decimals. All right, the easiest thing for us to do is to think about it as if we are removing the decimal point. So, and we're going to remove the decimal point by moving it to the right. So here we have 7.53 multiplied by 7. Now, if I'm to move it, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to say, okay, it's going to take 2 jumps. There it is, 2 jumps to move this decimal point, 2 spaces, and here I do not have a decimal point. So I'm going to put 2 and put a circle there to remind myself that I did 2 jumps to get rid of that decimal point. Then I'm going to set it up as if there's no decimal point. 753 times 7. There we go. 7 threes are 21, 1 carry the 2, 7 fives are 35, and add 2, that's 37, 7 carry the 3, 7 sevens are 49, 49 plus 3 is equal to 52. Now you can't stop here. The answer is not 5,271. Remember, we made the decimal point jump 2 spaces to the right. Now we have to put back in the decimal point by moving it 2 spaces to the left. So our answer is going to be 52.71. All right, no problem there. Let us give another example. Here we have 421 multiplied by 3.2. If you notice, the decimal point is not in the first number, it is in the second number that we're multiplying. But it doesn't matter, it's the same thing. We're going to move the decimal point 1 place to the left to get rid of it, and we're going to write a 1 here to remind us, okay? So now we have 421 multiplied by 32. And I know this is easy for you, so let's go through it. 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 4 is 8. And we put a 0 here as we know. 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 4 is 12. And then we're going to add. Let us add them together. 2 plus 0 is 2, 4 plus 3 is 7, 8 plus 6 is 14, 4 carry the 1, 2 plus 1 is 3, and we bring down the 1. So we now have 13,472. But that is not our answer, because remember, we moved the decimal point 1 place to the right. So we're going to have to move it 1 place to the left to put it back. Our answer is 1,347.2. Okay, let's look at another problem. Let's look at another problem here. 3.6 multiplied by 1.5. Now you notice both numbers have decimal points and we have to get rid of them. So we move 1 space for here and we move 1 space for here. So we know we have moved a total of 2. All right, let us work on this. Now we just set it out as if there were no decimal places. 36 multiplied by 15. All right, 6 times 5 is 30, 0 carry the 3, 5 threes are 15, and 3 is 18. We put down our 0, 1 times 6 is 6, 1 times 3 is 3. We're going to add those together. 0 plus 0 is 0, 8 plus 6 is 14, 4 carry the 1, 3 plus 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5. So don't get fooled that the answer here is 540. Remember, we removed the two decimal spots to the right, so we have to put 2 decimal places to the left. So that now becomes 0.40. And you know 5.40 is the same thing as saying 5.4. Okay, I know you understand that and all is well, so I want you to try these by yourself. Pause the video, work out your answer, and then come back and check if you got them right. Okay, here are the answers for the 3 questions that you did, multiplying decimals. Check that you have your answers right. If you didn't get them right, look and see what you did wrong and make your corrections. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do now is multiplying decimals by 10, 100, and 1,000. Now, I showed you the trick in doing this. We can go the long way, or you can know the quick way of doing it. So we're multiplying 1.21 by 10, multiplied by 10. When we're multiplying by 10, a quick thing to remember is that 10 has 1 0. And because it has 1 0, we are going to move it once. Now, we are going to get, when we're multiplying by 10, we're making the number bigger. So we're going to have to move the decimal point. We're moving the decimal point. Yes, we're moving it to the right. So once we're moving it 1 place to the right, 1 place to the right, so the answer for this is going to be 12.1. Very easy. All right, let us look at this question. 1.21 multiplied by 100. Now we have two zeros, and that is going to remind us that we need to move the decimal point 2 places to the right. 2 places to the right. So the answer will be 121. Okay, now we go to 1.21 multiplied by 1,000. And as you guessed, there are 3 zeros here, so we're going to move it 3 places to the right. 1, 2, but we just make a little jump there and we put a 0 there. So our answer is going to be 1, 2, 1, 0. 1,210. Quite easy, right? You can even do them in your head. All right, so I want you to try these, pause the video, and come back and see if you got them correct. All right, here are your answers. If you didn't get them correct, then look to see what you did wrong so that you can fix them. Okay, we're at the end of the first part. So once you feel comfortable, you can move on to the second part.